everyone, it's Anthony here at Talk and Review, and today we're going to be talking about the World War I epic 1917. Let's go. So when I first saw the trailer for 1917, I immediately was hooked. I was like, I have to go see that. I cannot wait till this comes out. I have to go see it. It looks incredible. This was just from the trailer. And then later on down the line, you keep on hearing things and rumours, and then you hear it confirmed that this movie is filmed, as in it's filmed in one shot. Very much similar to if you've seen Birdman. I just want to point out, it's definitely not filmed in one shot. For anyone that's confused, this is not a one-take film. It definitely isn't. But it is comprised of a number of sequences made to look like it is filmed in one shot. And for a World War I film, or any war film, that instantly intrigues you. You think, how can they possibly try and do this with a war movie? Surely that can't work, right? There's a particular style and a particular way to do a one-shot kind of feel. And my mind immediately goes to, that wouldn't fit in with the style of a war film. I was wrong. And boy, was I wrong. This movie, Lord, okay, where do we start? The first thing I'm going to say is I hope that no one out there is planning on releasing a war film within the next 5 to 10 years, because there's absolutely no point. No point whatsoever. Not after this. It's incredible. So let's talk about the most talked about thing about this movie is the one-take style of this film. The way that this movie is filmed absolutely lends to the story that is being told. Like I said, when I initially found out, I didn't think that it would work with a war movie. However, this isn't your average war movie. This is more a story of one or two people amongst the war rather than the war itself. And when you grasp that idea, it becomes a lot easier to understand how this film can be shot the way that it's shot, because it's following these two people on their journey to get from A to B, and it's about their story. There's a larger story at play, i.e. the war and what they're doing it for, but it's about these characters and it centres around these characters. And what this one-shot style of filming does, it allows you to fully focus on the heart of this movie, these characters. I've seen a lot of people out there say that there was too much walking, there's too much talking. It didn't have to be one shot. You could have got the same effect with cuts. And I'm going to have to disagree, like I said, because of what the heart of this movie is. If you have multiple cuts, it becomes your average war movie. War movies that have been done to death, you've seen one, you've seen them all. You do get some gems in there, but what would make that movie stand out more? This story. Not so much the filming of it. Yes, it's very, very technically impressive, and there are some shots in there that are absolutely stunning, but that's not what I enjoyed most about this movie. I enjoyed the storytelling, I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the acting, far more than I enjoyed the technical ability of this movie. That's not to say that the technical marvel that is this movie should not go underappreciated. It's stunning to watch. When you're looking at it from how complex some shots must have been to film, just for simply going from here to here. And one shot that I'm talking about is that they've taken the decision to move the camera through the middle of a trench or a crater that is full of water, far too much for a human person to walk through, so they're walking around. However, the camera is following over the top of the water. And you think, why have they done that? But the pressure and the tension that is built up in scenes like this absolutely make those kind of shots necessary. And it's things like that that make the camera work in this movie absolutely masterful. There are cuts in this movie. There is one hard cut that people seem to be ignoring. There is definitely one hard cut in this movie, but the rest of the movie is comprised of a lot of transitional cuts. And what I mean by that is they'll go over something that is static and they'll stitch this scene together with this scene. And it makes it look like you're just moving along, but it's two separate takes. Film school, but the story, very, very simple. Very, very simple, but so complex in its execution. Two boys are told to get from A to B, otherwise a catastrophe is going to happen. Simple, but the execution of the story is incredible. And again, forget technical marvel. I'm talking about storytelling, I'm talking about acting, I'm talking about characterization. All absolutely on point. I was talking to my friend Andy at work, who, by the way, hosts the Dinosaur Man podcast, and I'll pop a link in the description below for them if you want to go check them out. You are welcome, boys. And I was talking to him, and his co-host kind of summed up the acting in a very, very quick and easy sentence, is that the lead character wears the cost of war on his face. And you can't sum it up any more perfect than that, because it's absolutely phenomenal, and you get so drawn in by the acting on show here. And because it is such a moving story, you get fully immersed into the situation at all points of this movie. And it's an absolute testament to the acting on display here, and I can only applaud it because it got me hooked from the start right to the very end. I won't go over it anymore. I feel like I've sung its praises as much as I possibly can do. It's already won a Golden Globe for Best Picture. Oscars are coming up. I can't see any reason why this couldn't be a contender for Best Picture. It's definitely better than Joker. That's for sure. And it's a very different movie, but if you're looking in the same category, it's definitely better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I'm going to say it's definitely better than The Irishman as well. I've not seen all of the nominations for the Best Picture, but this is absolutely a contender. When it comes to the rest that I have seen, absolutely a contender for Best Picture. And if I'm being honest, I kind of want this movie to win Best Picture, simply because of how it made me feel when I was watching it. I was just completely gripped and moved the entire way. Have you guys seen 1917? If you have, let us know what you thought in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. We've got some great stuff coming up, guys, so please don't miss it. And if you're subscribed, you won't miss it. Check us out on the social media as well. Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz. And I'll see you for the next review.